Hey, it's Kirk, and I'm back to talk to you about how to hold a coaching appointment and be able to break up the 1 hour into productive time slots. Now, as an empath, you're gonna find that it's difficult to manage time because as an empath, we're more dialed into connecting to people and connecting to their emotions. And we get very involved with people and we lose track of time. And so when you're holding a coaching appointment, you want to segment your 1 hour appointment into specific categories and to specific time slots so that you can stay on track as a coach. Now, there's very important things to do during this appointment. I'm gonna go through this and just take like a whole entire clock and just talk to you about each of the minutes, what to do with those minutes so that you can be as productive as possible. Here's the challenge that will happen if you don't do this. Somebody will hire you as a coach, you'll be holding the appointment, and you won't get into the structure of your coaching appointment because time will flip by and the client will then wonder if you're really that good of a coach. And yes, the session will be great, but after a couple of sessions, people will start to wonder what else is there you're going to teach them? What else are you going to do? And people do love the fluid conversation in a coaching appointment, but sooner or later they start to measure you based upon not only your intuition as an empath, but also as the structure of the appointment. Now, the reason why I know this is because I've been holding coaching appointments for 18 years. And at one point I had over 35 clients. And so I was holding appointments every day, every single week. In the very beginning, I was a fluid, open conversation type of coach. And I would go wherever the client wanted to go in the conversation. And that worked for, about my first 10, 15 clients. But then I wanted to raise my price because my schedule was full. But as I tried to raise my price, what happened is people were not willing to pay that price. And I was like, why are they not willing to pay the price for my higher, priced coaching program? And because I thought what I was doing was really good. And then after I asked a couple clients, like, what's going on? How do I make this even better? They talked about the clock. They talked about, well, it doesn't seem like you have that much structure. I mean, it's great to talk to you, but it doesn't seem like it's structured and we can go further in the conversation. And so it kind of spanked me a little bit there. So I started breaking down the 60 minutes into particular topics. So I was listening to the client, connecting to the client, but also driving the conversation to have different parts of the appointment focus on different areas so that they could feel the structure. Now, here's something interesting. People will pay more for something that is structured and intuitive. Now, that's a problem with a lot of empaths is they don't apply the structure. So one of the first places I encourage empaths to get structured is within that 60-minute appointment. Now, if you're holding 90-minute appointments or 120-minute appointments or even 30-minute appointments, the same thing can apply here on how to break down that 1 hour appointment because it's proportions or percentages. So I'm going to tell you how it works with 1 hour, and then you can take those ratios or proportions and apply it to how long your particular appointment is. But remember this, being an intuitive and also having structure in your appointment makes you valuable. And that value goes up because of the structure. The intuitive, they love it, but when you add structure, now you'll have higher paying clients because it actually feels like there's something happening. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So the first 10 minutes is the time in which you clarify the goal that they're working on. And you can use the word goal or what their outcome or the results are that they want. It's the first 10 minutes. So on the clock, you see the first 10-minute chunk is all about clarifying what it is that they're working on or what direction are they going. Now, the reason why this is at the beginning of the appointment is because then the whole rest of the appointment is to support all the actions, thoughts, all the work that you do towards that particular goal. Now, not all coaches do this. They don't check in on that goal. Now, the reason why I check in at the beginning of the appointment and take 10 minutes to do it is because many times my clients will change their goals. Between the last time I saw them, they'll totally flop and go clear to a different goal. And then I'm halfway through the appointment and then I find out they changed goals on me. So now I'm smart enough to go, hey, tell me where you're at. What are you working on? What is the goal we're focused on? And that happens within the first 10 minutes. Now we take the clock and we go from the next 15 minutes. The next 15 minutes, if you let the client talk, they're going to tell you all their drama. Now, we love our clients, we love what they're doing, we love what's happening to them, but they don't have to tell us their life story. That's not why we're here. And there's always plenty to talk about. So what I do is I take the client straight into training. I tell them, I go, okay, today's training, let me just go over some training with you to help you with with some mindset techniques, some empowerment techniques, some let go techniques. I talk to them about how to empower themselves so that they can perform better. But I got to jump into training, because if I don't, they will go off track and they will start telling me everything that happened since the last time I saw them. And if I let them talk, they'll take 15-20 minutes of the appointment, and now we did not make any progress. Now you got to check this out too, is that people actually avoid the training portion, because you know what that means? That means they actually have to do something different in their life. Now it seems weird, but people today think, I just want to live the life I'm living and have different results. It doesn't work that way. You know that as a coach, that people have to do something different. And so we have the first 10 minutes that is, well, which way? We're going this way. We go 10 minutes this way to be able to clarify the goal. And then the next 15 minutes is all about the It's funny, I was going the wrong way in the clock, but it's about the training so that you're not getting into the drama and the drama stories. 15 minutes of training, mindset, skills, education. Then after training, what you do is you open yourself up for 15 minutes of Q&A. The Q&A is about their goal. The Q&A is about the mindset training you just gave them, or any of the action steps they've been working on. Now, if they divert and go off on other topics, you can go that way for a little bit, but bring them back to what you're focusing on, helping them as a coach. Again, people will unconsciously avoid training and clarification and focus on their goal. And you got to see it that they're not doing this on purpose, but they unconsciously avoid training, focus, and clarity of goal. That's why so many people don't make their goal or get to their goal, is because they unconsciously wander around in their brain and they don't control their thought process very well. So us as coaches, we got to keep them on track with what's happening here in the appointment. So then we have 10 minutes to review the goal, 15 minutes to be able to do some training, 15 minutes for Q&A. But Kirk, wait a second. What if they don't have any questions? If they don't have any questions when I get into Q&A, I then have them teach me back the training I just taught them. They need to talk about what we're doing in the appointment. So if they don't have any questions, I make them turn into the trainer or the coach and teach me back. That way I can see that they learned what I was sharing with them. They got it. So they either do questions about the goal and what they're learning, or I have them teach them back. Okay, then the next 10 minutes is spent talking about the next steps. What steps are they going to take to move closer to their goal? What's going to happen? Okay, what are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do next week? Okay, what's the next steps after that? And I literally make a list with them of all the different steps that they're going to take between now and the next appointment. And we brainstorm that so that we can get it out in writing so they can see that there's a plan between now and the next appointment. Because if we don't come up with the action steps and the next steps in this appointment, and I send them home like they're supposed to come up with that by themselves, they won't. They will wander around in their brain and they won't do it. And I hear coaches who say, oh, I just send them home and they send me their action steps the next day. To me, they're disconnected from the focus moment. In the appointment is the focus moment. And so we want to help them in the focus moment to be able to be clear about their action steps before they leave you. Because then they get on their phone, they get distracted, they go back to their to-do list and all the other things that they're doing in their life, and they're not going to be as focused. So get them on their list of what they're doing between now and the next appointment in that next 10 minutes. Okay, then we got 5 minutes talking about how they're going to report to me as they do their action steps. So we're going to clarify the reporting process. Are they going to text me, email me? Are they going to send me a video? Are they going to send me a picture of their tracking sheet? But clients have to report. If they're not reporting back, self-sabotage will creep in and just undermine them and cause them to fall down between now and the next appointment. So action steps and reporting is what keeps a person on track, keeps them focused moving forward. Then the last 5 minutes, we talk about the details of the next appointment. I give them a little sample of what I'm going to train them on so that they're looking forward to it and they can see that I'm ready for them for that next appointment. And then we clarify the date, the time, the location, so they're ready to go. Is that awesome? That's like 60 minutes. So we go 10 minutes for clarifying the goal, 15 minutes for training, 15 minutes for Q&A, 10 minutes for planning the next steps, and then 5 minutes to review the reporting process, and then the last 5 minutes to talk about the next upcoming appointment. That is awesome. Now, as an empath, that's gonna seem weird, and it's gonna seem so rigid and so like controlling and confining. But I gotta tell you, I meet a lot of empaths that are broke. They don't have money, they don't have enough clients, and their prices are too low. And the reason why is because they lack structure. And so you as an empath, as you're coaching people, be sure to look at this, that this is a great way to add structure, which is not that big of a deal. It's just controlling how that 1 hour happens. And then you're gonna have to practice holding to the plan, because you're the one who usually lets people wander around in the appointment or wander off track. And us as empaths, we like that because we're so connected to their thoughts, their emotions, their energy. It's like, oh, let's just wander around with this. But if you want to add more clients and have a higher level of impact and get referrals from people and be able to raise your price, that's a big one. You need to have some form of structure, and this is the place to apply it. So I hope this helps you, and I hope you take advantage of this and you use this. It's going to answer a lot of your questions, why you can't raise your price, why you don't have more clients, and why you don't have enough money to run your business and go do something fun, right? Okay, so this is my hope to help you, because I want to help you be the best coach you could ever be. And as an empath, oh, you are set up to have an amazing life teaching people. The last 18 years of my life have been phenomenal in coaching people and holding seminars and workshops. I've absolutely loved it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the whole entire world. So here's a big pro tip, what we just talked about today. Apply it as soon as possible. Now, if you happen to right now think, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, you're gonna go looking for a different answer to solve your problems about your business. This is the answer. Every empath coach that I personally coach, I cover this with them, I follow up with them, and guess what? They feel better. They feel like their life is more put together. Their clients are happier. They get bigger testimonials, and their clients are getting bigger success because of the structure to support the intuition. Awesome? So good. It's so good.